KAPOW, your super business coach, and today I am going to talk to you a little bit about how you build your brand, build your business your way. Focused advice and guidance for getting you, your brand, and your business going in the same direction, which is what I do every day with the clients who choose to work with me. One of the things I talk about an awful lot is the importance of personal brand. The first phase of that I like to call getting your cape on. So strap on, let's go. First of all, I want you to ask yourself this question. Is it me? Well, you know what it might be. When you are in business, you start off by knowing how important a great brand is. You tend to spend ages thinking about how you want to position your brand. And I'm talking about the physical stuff. You commission a graphic designer to help you create imagery like website, you have banners created, all that kind of stuff. And you invest quite a lot of time and money. But when you have created that time and money and creativity, ask yourself this key question. Are you getting a great return on that? Are new customers beating your door down every day on the back of that investment? Or are you just sat there waiting for it to happen? Have you thought about the fact that the reason the customers aren't beating your door down every day might be you that's the problem? Let me explain a little bit. Physical representation of your brand is absolutely important when you are building and running a business. Of course it is. But your personal brand isn't backing that up, then your message is getting lost completely. Now, we feel awkward about personal brand because it is about standing out, but it's about standing out for the right reasons for you and for your business. Personal branding is what makes you, you. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is how you can control that dialogue. The first thing you've got to understand is it's not about what you sell or what you do. It's about who you are. Getting your cape on. Is it me? So let's now think about what is your why, because defining success is a very individual thing, and it's the first part of understanding the why behind what you do. Sometimes it's really hard to focus on what you want. So what I want you to do is to think about 3 people that you admire and why. Write it down. Don't overthink it. The first 3 people that come into your head, write down who they are and why you admire them. Think about the emotions. Think about the reasons that you think they're pretty cool. Now go back and have a look at those emotions, the reasons that you think those 3 people are worth your admiration. Those things that you've written down are characteristics you admire in them. So now ask yourself this question. Are you embracing those characteristics in your own behaviour? And if not, well, why not? So you might be wondering at this point, well, why should I bother? This sounds hard. If I've got to try and think about who I am, what my why is and why I want to be, this is the reason why you need to bother. What is the first thing that you want people to think of you when you're networking with them, when you want to sell to them, when you want to help or consult them, or when you need something, business, a job, or whatever your need is at that particular time? What is it you want people to think of that makes you and or your work stand out in their minds? Whatever that standout factor is a key part of your personal brand and a key part of that dialogue. So if you're still asking yourself why you should bother, remember that you need to build a personal brand that's centered on you, that leads people to think of us for the right reasons every time. Finding your inner superpowers, those characteristics that you want to employ in your business, puts you in control of the impact you have in life and at work. But how do you know what your superpowers are? Here's another question. What is it that you do that makes you or your work stand out? What you bring to what you do are your superpowers, and they are the things that you do better than anyone else. Now ask yourself this about getting your cape on. What is it that makes you, you? Sometimes it's really hard to answer that question. We find it really difficult to define ourselves without feeling embarrassed or uncomfortable by basically bigging yourself up, blowing your own trumpet. And if you really find that difficult, you need to work out what it is that defines you, what your business superpowers are that make you stand out. Because if you don't know what you want and what you represent, it's hard to represent your brand and have the impact that you want for you and your business. So here's the first big question. Instead of focusing on what you do want, which can sometimes feel too hard, think about what you don't want in business. We tend to think about all the same stuff all the time: work-life balance, financial freedom, yada, 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 bada, bing. They're all completely valid responses to the question. But if you flip it around and ask yourself what you don't want in your life and or your business, you start to define what success really means to you. And that is powerful stuff. So the second big question is, what are the things you do better than anyone else? Be honest with yourself. What do you do best? If you find this difficult and you need help with that question, ask a trusted friend or colleague who will give you a frank and honest response. But be prepared. It's warts and all. You've got to be prepared to be open-minded and take everything on board. Write down what they tell you. Look at your list. What surprises you in that list? Your business superpowers are the things you do better than anyone else. They are core to who you are. Now, the third big question when you're thinking about getting your cape on is, are you bringing those superpowers to your business? Because if you aren't, then the message you are giving potential clients could be a really mixed one that they may not understand. If your personal brand isn't in alignment with your business brand, if your personal brand isn't sitting in context with your business, if you're not using your authentic voice, your authentic viewpoint, basically being you, they may not understand the message you're trying to give. It is so important that your business superpowers reflect your personal values and principles, and these should be a vital element of what you bring to your business. If you're working in alignment with your personal values, your personal brand, you will feel more energized and confident, and that will show in how you represent your brand and your business. So when you're getting your cape on, you're focusing about brand you, your personal brand, the whole package that you want to offer to others. If you think of what you want people to say about you in public, those things are a great representation of your brand. Remember, your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. So what do you want them to say? You need to make that narrative really easy for them to understand. So let's keep that conversation going. Come on over and like my Facebook page, say hello, and let's get talking. Let's talk about your personal brand. Let's talk about your why. And if you're wondering how on earth you get that to work in collaboration with your business brand, your physical brand, and get your message out there, then why not book a free taster session with me and let's see how we go. But start the conversation by coming over onto my Facebook page. Say hi, tell me a little bit about who you are. Let's get talking and find out how I can help you. If you'd like to get in touch outside of Facebook, then you can also get hold of me through all the methods you can see here. Instagram me, Twitter me, or connect on LinkedIn. I'll look forward to seeing you out there on the social interverse.